Hey, welcome to the show. This is Special Report. I'm TruePowerIsMine, your host. Today, I woke up to a very fascinating discussion on the internet. Last night, many of you, the followers of the channel, obviously saw the video I did concerning um, what Mark for Anaheim has told us about the whole Russian and collusion thing, why they want to try to get everything in one facet. But hold on, I need to take a look at a video. There's this one right here. This is what I did last night.
Or proof or corroboration is necessary. They can just say Democrats like the shiftless Adam Schiff and Eric Swalwell.
I think, hold on one second.
And John McCain, the late John McCain, now being adopted wholesale by the. They're saying by March they plan to move wholesale by the mainstream media. Russia, Russia, Russia. The American people are tired of it. There is no evidence. There is no proof. There is no corroboration. But you see, unless their articles of impeachment are wrapped around a Russian canard, they can't get rid of Mike Pence. And that's really their goal. It's not just to remove Donald Trump. It's also to remove the vice president, clearing the way for Nancy Pelosi to become president. She would then appoint Hillary Clinton as vice president. Then Pelosi would resign, and Hillary would get that thing, which eluded her in 2016.
Now, this is one of the last things Mr. Stone says on the during his freedom before he got arrested this morning. Now, that's odd that he says exactly what Mark from Anaheim has said on the other morning show last month in December, also in November last year as well. And earlier this month, he refreshed us again. Listen, folks, this is the reality. Let me show you exactly what's going down now. And then we're going to break it down. I'm going to show you, folks, that the time is truly 9. So here's, hold on. I wish I can get this farther back. Roger Stone charged on 7 counts in Mueller probe: obstruction, false statements, witness tampering. Read it. Court appearance today. Nixon's grandfather. Threats on dogs. I don't know what that means, but Trump campaign official directed to seek wiki dirt. Well done, Bannon. All right, Stones, and look at the face of shame. I wish it wasn't so doggone early, or else I would actually call up Mark from Anaheim right now, because this is an emergency situation. We need to find out what's going on right now, right this second. But if you bear with me, I will be calling Judge Joe Brown in approximately an hour. I hate calling people early in the morning, even though I've been up since, I don't know, 6 o'clock. Guys and gals, there's a viewer, a fellow viewer, listener out there, been in contact, super sharp person, very in tuned. All right. Things are getting to the point where people are finding bullets in their driveway. People are also telling me that they are hearing clicks in their phones, folks that have talked to me personally. Only thing I can say, guys, is just bear with us. Sometimes when there's a, I guess, information gathering centers, they just kind of grab everybody. We are on the side of right. All we're asking for is a solid society. All we're asking for is that we have laws and regulation that everybody abides by, not just the poor and working class, but everyone. And we're also just asking that the government focus for once on the family unit instead of all this foolery. And what do you mean by foolery? True. What's foolery? This is foolery. And it's going to have a negative impact on the economy, which has already been foretold. Remember when we were talking about Reagan and the air traffic controllers? Flights delayed at major North East airports on staff shortage. LaGuardia, Reagan, New York, and Philadelphia. They are all basically closed. Air traffic controllers were resigning. Do you guys understand? Let me ask this question to Google, because I want you guys to understand the purpose. It's not work, it's the purpose. Listen. Is the Federal Reserve a federal institution?
Here's a summary from Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis. The Federal Reserve Banks are not a part of the federal government, but they exist because of an act of Congress. Their purpose is to serve the public. While the Board of Governors is an independent government agency, the Federal Reserve Banks are set up like private corporations.
Now, did you hear that? Their purpose is to serve the public? No, the purpose is to control the public. That's the purpose of money. That's the purpose of religion organized, that we have been exposed to. But that should not be your purpose in life. Your purpose should be about enriching the human experience in its totality, not enriching a corporate entity that's not even flesh and blood, nor is it cyber or digital. It's just a piece of paper. But that piece of paper carries a lot of weight. In fact, I want to ask Google this. Google, are corporations alive? Okay, hold on. Now it wants to act funny. Are corporations people too? No talky talk? Hold on. Oh, wow. Well, we all know that Mitt Romney has suggested. Mitt Romney says corporations are people too. Translator. Also, this week I will hopefully be doing my first show in another language.
Mitt Romney's visit to the Iowa State Fair on Thursday might have been the best debate prep session he could have hoped for. Romney's appearance at the fair's soapbox grew unusually testy when a few angry people heckled the rep.
Oh. My bad. Whatever. The point is, for whatever reason, the TV there is messing up. But for whatever reason, we gotta recognize that this is all part of a plan. You guys think that the commercial chief tells unpaid federal workers get a loan? Now, listen, guys, boys and girls. If you do not have a steady source of income of whatever it could be, I'm not really into your financial affairs like that. That's the appropriate time to get a loan. But if you have no income coming in, you have no visible means of anything, getting a loan, that would not be the time to do it. Now, this would almost let you know a subliminal message. Guys, get a loan because next month your checks will be there. So, that being that, you should go and take care of your little financial business. Oh, jeez, man. How much more of this do we truly have to endure before we say enough is enough? Let me check out the chat line here. Hey, good morning, Mike. Good morning, Kia, Perry, Sean, Miss Harris. You know, and this is where I know a lot of people are going to lose it. When I say all this Chicken Little crap It's just that. Folks, the only time you have to worry about the end, Armageddon, total annihilation, is when you see the first stone of the temple in Israel being set. When you see the red heifer being sacrificed on the altar in said temple. And then once again, when you see the unholy beast walk into that said temple and profess himself God, yes, that's when this place is coming to an end. Until that happens, dude, we got years, but we have to go through the muck. We have to go through the what's up, Albert? We have to go through all the nonsense. Now, if you're looking at the stories, you know, hopefully you guys can see what I got here on screen. I'm working on getting a better camera, obviously, because this one is just way too grainy or something. I don't know. Let me push this back. Oh, if I only had a crew. I can finally do a fucking show with the Rhythm and Roll. If I only had a crew. All right, here we go. There. Now, you can see this bottom one right here. Prostate cancer can boost longevity. I don't understand in what fantasy world that any type of cancer would be beneficial to one's health, let alone prostate cancer, which we all know disproportionately affects different populations for various reasons. It's not just all genetics. Some of it's actually lack of screening because, you know, we don't talk about how sick we are typically. You know, brother man was just here, and then next day he's gone. What happened to him? Well, he's been sick all that time. We just don't talk about it. All right. So, trans axe attack splits man's face in half after bad. It has begun. It has begun. Right here. Trans axe attacker splits man's face in half after bad Tinder day. How much do you want to bet when old boy approaches? And I want to be politically correct here because I'm not trying to get banned. But you guys know in my heart what I really want to say. I know the real listeners know exactly what I really want to say. But I'm going to say what I got to say just so I don't get banned or messed with. Now, on this story here, the transgender was upset, I guarantee it, when the real man, or the man rather, was like, you're not a chick. I'm not going to date you. And then the axe comes out and his wig gets split. You know, the thing about it, guys, I'm going to actually click on this story because I just want to see, oh, it's the Daily Star. Yes, this is appropriate. This is why, guys, you know, these dating sites ain't about nothing, man. You go out there and you get yourself a real woman. You go out there to the gas station. You go down there to the laundromat. You go over there to the little pet store. I don't care what you do. Go out here, get yourself a real woman, someone that you are. Get yourself a woman that you want to die for, not that you want to kill for necessarily, but one that you want to die for. One that when someone attacks her, you would jump in front of the bullet. You would jump in front of the knife. You would, you know, protect her and them babies, because that's what humanity needs. You know, I hate this. Now I got to accept these damn cookies or else I can't see the material. This is crazy. Hold on one second, guys. All right. I think, here we go. Here we go. We got a video, but no sound. Okay, so I don't know. We can see the video now. We should be able to. But some pretty messy, nasty stuff here, man. You know, shows woman attacks man with axe. But it's not a woman. Oh, get out of here. Damn you, ad. Sorry, guys. This is... All right. I don't know if that's in frame or if I have to, I'll replay it. Where is, oh, there it is. Oh, I'll replay it for you guys. We missed it. Hold on. Oh, here we go. We got sound too. I'm going to play this uninterrupted. I don't know if this is... Why they got the, like, drum beats on this? Oh, it's very menacing. Oh my God, this movie's creeping me out, guys. Look at this guy. I mean, which one, huh? Whoa. I mean, where did they pull that axe out from? They just had that axe chilling? Wow. So I guarantee you, when the conservatives find this video, they're going to show how evil and reckless liberals are. You know, I mean, I heard of, acid attacks. I've heard of knife attacks. But this is a modern, straight up scalping up in this. But, I do this. The purpose behind this is to show you the wickedness that lies within our hearts. That's what this is, guys. This is just as much of a spiritual contest. This is just as much of a spiritual contest as it is a true, actual physical one. Nuts and bolts. We have to understand. We have to understand that time is going to where things are going to get accelerated. People are going to want to do things, and they are going to do things that, oh, well, I guess this bossy got upset with me. Yes, I hear she's fine. You got to bear with me, guys. This is real life. I mean, things goes on. So what I really want to show you is that hold on. Here. Oh, I think somebody needs a mid-morning nap. Now, Mr. Roger Stone and his people, and his people, obviously, a lot of people are concerned about the Trump, and some people look at. I know it's just one of those things, but we are all in this together. The way I see it, that's why I've been trying to, have more of a. Not a wholesome show, because obviously these topics aren't wholesome. We shouldn't have to have these topics about how to guard against overreach by basically Satan-loving officials. We shouldn't have this conversation. We should be talking about, hey, how are we going to build a rocket ship so we can colonize more planets? Or how we're going to actually, I don't know, maybe build underwater cities. How are we going to do this? We're not having these conversations because we're still stuck on just the Mickey Mouse of how to get from point A to point B. And that's what this whole year for me is going to be about. We're going to be about changing people's perspectives. And I want to ask Google this. Does the U.S. military experiment on soldiers? Most outrageous. Okay. Now, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I alluded to last night. Hold on. Get that. That is just horrible. That is just horrible. People at the store, and then they get basically just straight up killed. Oh shoot. Let me go back there. Aha. I'm gonna put this into YouTube real quick. Why did the U.S. Army perform? What? I mean, look at all these. You can Google this yourself. Seriously, as I'm doing this, go to YouTube right now with me. And I just cut and paste it. But does the U.S. military experiment on soldiers? And I mean, there's literally hundreds of videos up here. I'm assuming. I mean, I'm just going down, and it's still real experimentation. Blah blah. Now, some of it is garbage. Obviously, some of it's real. The only reason why I bring this up because no one else is talking about it. Well, obviously, a lot of people are talking about it. I mean, they wouldn't have this many videos, but you won't see this on mainstream. And it's going to become quite. It's going to become quite the talking point, I envision. We as citizens need to tell our representatives and our senators we want a law that requires the U.S. military and U.S. government on all levels can no longer do scientific experiments on our women and men in uniform ever again. Ever again. We are not, or we should not, use Nazi-like tactics in the endeavor to get greater technological advancement on the battlefield. In this day and age, it has happened, but I think that we should stop it from happening. I don't blame a young man or woman that looks at only this type of propaganda over here. Why did hold on.
This video was made possible by Wix.
Yeah, Wix.
Famous for it. He described how kaleidoscopic, fantastic images surged in me, alternating, variegated, opening and then closing themselves in circles and spirals, exploding in colored fountains, rearranging and hybridizing themselves.
Oh, he's talking about acid trip. And you know what, guys? Please, it's not even like that. I mean, I don't even. When one is a child, and what I mean by child, like 16, 17, 18, I mean, yes, they're legal adults, but kind of really, they're still kind of kids. You're experimenting with stuff, and I'll be honest. I will be honest. In the past, I did try LSD. And I'm telling you straight up, it's not like this. You don't see no fucking Buddha with all these fucking stupid shit. If anything, all it really does, it just heightens your awareness of shit that you really should be aware of anyways. You might actually look at the rabbit over there and just look at it a little bit more closer and be like, oh my God, that really is a real thing. It doesn't do, but that was years and years ago. And, that was when we were kids, back in the 80s and shit. Now, moving forward into time, why does it seem like after World War II, all these experiments started happening to our soldiers? Now, don't forget that, hold on. I'm on Tuskegee Airmen experiment on black men.
Here's a summary from Wikipedia. The Tuskegee study of untreated syphilis in the Negro male was an infamous and unethical clinical study conducted between 1932 and 1972.
Did you hear that? 1932 to 1972. They were sitting there poisoning people with syphilis. So you want to run out here and talk about, oh, all these sexual diseases, all these diseases are because of immoral behavior. You're lying to yourself. Nothing pops up out of the blue. There's always a purpose and there's always a reason. Now, oftentimes we don't want to hear said purpose and or reason because it's terribly painful to realize there are certain situations out there, no matter how nice and how kind and how loving and tender and there's a beautiful person you are all over, they're out to get you. And they will. And they will. Have no doubt about that. That's why it's so important to get your spiritual, let's say, house in order. It's very important for you to either meditate, pray, get something positive energies, because as you get farther in your own personal research and your own personal knowledge, I guarantee you, you're going to realize after a while, it's all about the energy level that you're emitting. If you're running around here emitting a bunch of negative, horrible, deceitful stuff, that comes back to you. But if you sincerely and honestly are sending out positive vibes, wanting to truly and sincerely uplift other human beings, that also comes back. The secret to this thing is your perception. It truly is. That is the secret to life. You change your perception, then you can change your actual being. Hold on, Brother Al. 45 is making a move for the UN to patrol the Chicago and other major areas. They're not opening the government for another month. Well, I'm not trying to be Mr. Doom and Gloom, but, when everyone was laughing at Dick Gregory, when when the president was elected this time, in 2016, Dick Gregory, prior to that, was asked, who do you see winning the presidency? And he said, I don't foresee them being an election this year. And everyone laughed at him. Everyone laughed at dude. But they didn't understand his purpose. He was saying, he's trying to let you guys know all these damn years, there's something behind the curtain over here, guys. Y'all still tripping on the wizard that keeps changing face and flavor. Yes, L. That is exactly what this is designed to do. To push people to hit the streets. And then that would force the corporate goons to push the trigger. Listen, guys, things are getting real out here, man. Like, geez, I wish it was not so damn early in the morning. It's only 10 o'clock, basically, where I'm at. I would definitely call Mark right now just to get his, just to share, if nothing else. Hold on. I want to find that so you guys can hear what I'm saying on this video, where he had said the exact same thing Roger Stone said the other day, and now Roger Stone's in jail. All right, because it's the truth. Let me. It might have been on. I got so many video, guys. Please bear with me. I am also. This is what I need.
And I just tell you straight out, look at the fire patterns back then, and look at the Metrolink system today, and see, it must be a coincidence. Because it's urban renewal. Because when you look at what's going on with the martial law, I started doing radio shows with Carl Nelson here on Stevie Wonder station. Oh, and if you don't know, Stevie Wonder has now joined the bandwagon. There will be no more R. Kelly songs played on Stevie Wonder station out here.
Hold on, I'm trying to. It might have been actually an older video than this one.
Unless a black person. The average white man in this country was able to get a job thanks to the GI Bill.
Yeah. Hold on. Oh my God, I wish I would have researched this prior. This is all like totally organic. I'm just doing this totally off the cuff. Where do you keep on getting these from? Thank you. Okay. This is totally off the cuff. Hold on. I remember Where is I know it's coming up. Oh man, that's 3 months ago. That might have been too far. Dirty Bomb. I think it was in December. I'm not for sure. Anyhow, after I get finished with this broadcast, I will personally go through and I will find that audio clip and I'll mix them together. You know, kind of like I did on this one here. If I can find it. I don't know which one. Oh man, all this stuff is just looking the same to me, guys. Basically, all I want to say is that we have been warned. We have been warned countless times. There's no more excuses. Hold on. And this is what I want. This is what I want you guys to hear this too. And this isn't coming from me. You can Google this as well too. Did the U.S. Supreme Court? Hold on. Did the U.S. Supreme Court say that cops are not required to serve and protect? Okay. Now I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna hit this into here. Now this is for the older people. I'm doing this without any keyboard. It's PDA. Not XP. Oh no.
According to Wikipedia.
Oh, you want to tell me about speed? Google Translate. Paste. All right. Now let's see what it has to say.
Supreme Court rules that police do not have constitutional duty to protect. In another ruling, Supreme Court rebukes U.S. Court of Appeals in Cincinnati for Winnebago County held that the failure by county.
Well, this is the main thing.
Supreme Court rules that police do not have constitutional duty to protect. In another ruling.
All right. So do you hear me, guys? They are not constitutionally bound to protect and serve. That's just all slogans on the cars. That's just all mantra. It's not real. It's not legal. All right. So that's why it's important for us to understand that us as the citizen, we have the moral obligation and the duty. And I'm telling you, God's on our side. If you don't believe me, if you do not believe me, keep on tuning in and see how this here channel grows. I'm throwing up the banner today, guys. I can't hold out no more. I can only, honestly, at the end of the day, talk to those who understand the truth anyhow. We don't have to be scared of nothing. Nuclear bombs, biological agents, Jews in baking. We don't have to be scared of none of it because we have God. God is life, and life is God. All we have to do now is come to a consensus amongst ourselves. What laws are just and righteous, and what laws should go to the wayside. And really stand on that. And then within the boundaries and context of our collective agreement, that is your liberty. That is your true freedom. Because honestly, guys, we have to have boundaries on all levels. On all levels. If we don't, or if we won't, like I said, this place is already done. Because there are a group of people, you can call them Illuminati. You can call them the Freemasons. You can call them whatever. Yeah, they just don't have heart attacks. But they have a purpose. And their purpose is to serve the one who hates life. And that is not even the master of death, just a minion of death, Satan. Or the devil. Or Cudaquato. Or, Sheba. Or we can just keep on going down the list. All right? Now, I have a listener, and they asked me to share this. All right. They said that there are 4 magical words that goes back to the time beyond what we were living in. The first word is called Tamujama. I don't know the effects that these things are supposed to have. I said, I'll say it. I trust this person, so whatever. First one is Tamujama. Second one is Izil Salak. The third one is Ashman Tuck. And the last one is Alalam Salam. So those 4 words, when I break them down and think about them in a sacred sound kind of way, you can almost feel the rhythm, the vibrations of the words as they come out, the power that they're projecting. Now, people are always talking to me about CERN. I have been getting so many questions about CERN lately, and the Chinese moon rover. So I will definitely reach out to John Lear today. Guys, I will tell you, I will not lie. I tried to get Neil deGrasse Tyson on the show. I've sent him email after email, but at some point, you just got to figure it's not going to happen. And I would love to have him on the show, talk about different things. All right? Just ain't going to happen. But I will say this, is that we all know that the center of the earth is a molten ball of fire, or a molten ball of metal, apparently. I don't know how we know this, but science tells us this. I was doing some stuff outside. You saw me. I've been looking for the dog. Still ain't found her yet. Out there in the woods. And last night, I went out kind of late. I made me a fire. I was looking at stars. Then I came in, and that's when I made that video, and then I passed on out. And I was just thinking to myself, if science says that Earth is one of the very, unique places where flame can actually manifest because of the oxygen level, and to my knowledge, you can have nuclear heat, but it wouldn't produce light, right? Because there's no flame. It just wouldn't. But it still can generate vast quantities of heat. Don't believe me? Look at Fukushima or Chernobyl or 3 Mile Island. There's a bunch of them. So my question is this, ultimately. If there's so much resources, if there's really, the planet is kind of underpopulated still. There's room for a lot more people. Why then does our government and our leaders seem to still be harping on, let's do the Agenda 21, let's kill. All right? Because, see, this is why I'm different than most. I embrace science when it's in the right spirit of the thing. All right? And let me bust this down. Most of you have seen that show I did the other day about the state of New York, basically dehumanizing human fetuses, saying that you can abort these babies and kill them. Okay, and that is what it is. Okay, I say let's bring technology into the game. Let's fund the artificial womb. This will help the MGTOW crowd. It will help men who basically don't want to, whether they're scared of committing or whatever. I don't know the situation, but they're just scared of really getting involved. They can have babies using this. And also, more importantly, we can finally silence the feminist liberal by saying, it's your body. Okay, I get you. Well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to ask you to come to this facility. We'll pay for it. It'll be on our dime. We're going to remove the embryo from your body because that's your body. Because of inconvenience to this, we will also give you, say, $750, something like that. Cash money, gone. We'll take the baby. The baby, we'll try to find the father. We'll ask the father, would you like to raise this child? No. Okay. Then we'll ask the grandmother and grandfather on both sides. We'll ask the family first. And then we'll pull it and it'll go into the foster care system. And the reason why I say that is that then we can do away with this hideous behavior and practice and the ultimate test of mental gymnastic, abortion. I mean, if murder's murder, if murdering people's cool, then we should have retro abortions as well. But we don't have that because we have a civilized society. You know, everyone's always talking about Adolf Hitler this, Adolf Hitler that. You know, Adolf Hitler was stopped by men who felt the righteousness in their hearts, and they decided to take a stand on righteousness instead of the depravity that certain people at that time were talking about. What if those men would have been aborted? Mein fear? Perhaps we'll be speaking. We got to get with it. We got to change this whack perception. And another thing. When we're dealing out here on the streets and you have you have Black Lives protesters or white citizen counters protesters, I don't know what they're doing. I don't really follow them too much. There's not a whole lot of information actually out there. But there was a video that surfaced down in Florida. There were some young brothers, and then there were just young kids riding their bikes protesting. I don't know what they were protesting on exactly, but a lady came up talking about, I got to get my kids, blah, blah, blah. I got to get my... You don't understand. And everyone should understand this. Whenever a protest is going on, it's going on so that your day-to-day operations would be purposefully disrupted so you can pay attention to what they're talking about. See, the problem here is that we're so out of the loop, a lot of our citizens, that this woman really expected these people to just get out the way so that their gripes or complaints could just be readily, easily ignored instead of dealing with the problems. Because see, right now, as long as the black folks and poor folks are getting the majority of the police brutality, the guns, boom, boom, and the beating, boom, boom, who cares? But as soon as that behavior starts spilling over into the suburbs, into the bourgeois boroughs, now we care. Well, I'm telling you, folks, that type of mindset is getting played out as well. Thank you, Jesus. Look, on more spiritual cause, we've been tested physically in the 60s. Yeah, we have. But unfortunately, in many ways, that test was subverted. It was taken over, hijacked. All right. Oh, no, let me get back to this Florida thing. And this is the main point I want you guys to hear. This is the main point. When the lady, some white guy comes up with a gun, he started calling the boys and girls, or the boys, there might have been some girls there as well, the young people there, the N-word. And he was not waving the gun around, but he had it out in his hand. And he was angry, you know. Now, the reality, if those would have been homosexuals, and that the same guy would have jumped out saying the F word, and I'm not talking about the F word for fornication. I'm talking about the F word for gay, the derogatory word for that. If he would have been calling those guys that with a gun in his hand, that would have been a hate crime. And his ass would have been gone bye-bye. You know, you can't jump out with a gun cussing at people like racial slurs and think that it's not a hate crime, because it is. It truly is. But honestly, all crimes hate. But the reason why we have to put emphasis on crimes, because sometimes Willie borrows $50 from Bobby. They're both white. Willie doesn't pay Bobby, so Bobby pops Willie. That's not a hate crime. A hate crime is Bobby just driving down the street and he sees Jerome and he just blows away Jerome just for being black. That's a hate crime. And that's the reason why we had to do it. They target all the nose guns. Yeah. See, this is why I like the listeners on this show. That is the point. There is no such thing as safe zones from anything, guys. Do you not realize we are all naked, we are all broke, and we are all confused? That's our natural state. What am I saying? I'm saying this. If I was to take you and throw you on an island, you would still have to face the realities of how you're going to feed yourself, how you're going to get water, and how you're going to actually have somewhere to sleep. A turtle doesn't have to really worry about that. He has to worry about, or she, because there are female turtles, eating and drinking. But he has a home on his back. The fish has to worry about finding a home and finding something to eat. They can drink all day. When they breathe, they drink. Hold on. L, I've been told that we need to get committed to God now because we will be pushed to the edge. Most of these pastors out here don't even care. Amen, sister. Yes. Get with God now. Yes, absolutely. And don't give no preacher no more money, because I just told you money is a form of control. You keep your money. Now you donate to things that you think that you want to have, help. If the preachers talk about something good, or the imams talk about something good, or the temple priest talk about something good, do whatever. Give him whatever. But don't feel that you're going to, or don't ever self-dilute yourself as to think you will ever compromise or negotiate with God to get into heaven. You're either a servant. I'm going to tell you like this, and this is something that no one's ever going to tell you. Either you willingly choose to serve God, or by default, you willingly choose to go against him. I personally choose to serve him. I don't think there's nothing wrong with serving God. There's nothing wrong than dedicating yourself to something that's truly righteous and that is truly beneficial to yourself. Now, I'm not talking about how it interacts with the government. No. I'm just talking about a one-on-one experiment in yourself. See, I think if a lot of people got with God, they'll probably get off the dope. If you get with God, you'll probably get off the coke. The thing about it is, it's not hip. It's not cool. It's not fun. You know the reason why? Because these dull, ungodly, dull preachers made it so. They turned it into monotony for 2 hours every Sunday. And maybe an hour and a half on a Wednesday. By design. And then they kept on promoting all these false images. We all should know by now, either one or two realities is correct. Either one, we were all created and we all basically come from one line of human being. Or two, we were evolved from different monkeys or whatever. And even we could, heck, let's just throw in different planets. We all come from different planets. These planets all have one race on them, and Earth is just a big old, like, test tube deal. What? This is why these witches and warlocks do these charities. Yes, buying God's forgiveness. No, it's a small God spell. Yes, Albert. Yes, you're on point. Listen, while we have been out in the open, what I mean we, just the average man and woman here. Hey, Ken, what's up, buddy? I'll get to your comments as soon as I make this statement. We're just average people. While we've been out here seeking the truth, being lied to, being misdirected, being sent down paths that will ultimately lead to disaster, these people have been on a plan. They've been on a plan to infiltrate the little cartoons. Hey, Satan's fun. He's cool. They've been on the plan to infiltrate little TV shows and all that, and literature. Who was that guy that wrote that saying, I'd rather be a king in hell than a servant in heaven? See, we got to understand the spirit in which these things are projected into the world. And most of the time, it's just there to trip up, as they would say, the ignorant and the weak-minded, which I would say, brothers and sisters of humanity. All right, let me go to Ken Higgins. Good morning. Hey, I tried emailing you, but I don't think it's possible. I'll try another email. All right, yeah. Let me go to the. I'm gonna email you right now on the show. I usually use the Yahoo email. Uh-oh. What the heck? I'm gonna shoot you an email. Hold on one second. Hold on once. I don't know if you guys can see that. Did you see when I put? Hold on. Oh. Let me see. How many? I'm trying to see. Yeah, I want you guys to see this. Now, if I don't get to your email, it's not that I'm being a douche at all, but look, when I hold this up, do you see how many emails I got in there unread? 20-something thousand. I'm not trying to sound flippant or, oh, look at me, I'm so cool. But if I don't get to you, that's the reason why. Because I got a tremendous volume that I try to work through. And once again, if I only had a crew, you know, I don't have a crew. I have myself, I have a hope, and I have a dream. Hold on. Let me, well, let me just try to be as discreet as possible. I know you hear them running back there. I can't stop them. I think being able to run is the greatest joy in the world, and they should be happy that they can run. A lot of kids can't. A lot of people didn't wake up this morning, guys. Remember that. A lot of people did not wake up this morning. So you, as far as I'm concerned, you guys are all winners. You woke up, and that's saying something. Hold on. There we go. Special report. All right, here. Here's a narcissism. What's narcissism? I have to actually get this done. If not, if I don't do this right now, weaponize, I don't have time to do it. Literally, I have to keep this shit moving. Here you go, Ken. And then I'm gonna shoot this over. Oh, I'll put. There we go. Bam. Yeah, and I did. Does this mean we're going to have a civil war? Well, you know, I want to say check out some of our past videos, but I don't want to come off as douchebag because I'm not. Actually, yes. Actually, it does. It really does. It means we're headed for a civil/global war. The Civil War is going to be fought for one reason, and that's just to neutralize the United States, quite frankly. Because we're in the overall scheme of things, we're not in the club. We're not. There's a big club, guys, and the USA's not in it. Nor is Venezuela, nor is Mexico, nor is Canada, nor is Australia. There's only two. It doesn't seem to be a worldwide problem. No, hold on. There is no problem. Weaponize. You got to understand. We're dealing with consequences. You know what I'm saying? With consequences to action. In other words, if you was to go and break into someone's house and they shoot you dead, was that a problem, or was that just a consequences to your bad actions? Of course, it's a problem to you. It may be a problem to the homeowner if the law gets involved and they have to do all the rhythm and row. But really, it's not a problem. It's what's supposed to happen. You know, when you have a world that is being run by people who perceive the world to be overpopulated, a consequence of that is reduction of population, either through one or two ways: asymmetric warfare, or it's going to be done through unconventional means, meaning poisoning food supplies, putting out aerosol agents that will affect the weaker people, and stuff like that. We're in the Civil War, poor versus wealthy. Now we're going to a spiritual war for the souls. Absolutely, brother. And this is the one that people are going to come down hard on me personally. And I'm cool with it. Seriously. Because of the fact that I almost felt for the past 10 years, I've been like an undercover agent, you know, just talking to people who I know they're not in the faith. They're not basically, you know, in any way, shape, or form wanting anything other than death and destruction. But I do this so I can understand. Oh, well, thank you, Weapon. I do this so I can understand people better. Because I'm telling you guys, even this is irrelevant to what's really come down the pipe for us collectively. We're going to need, I'm going to say it. And please, everyone, don't take offense to this. Even if you're in these various groups, please don't. And I hopefully maybe this will actually enlighten you to what's really going on. Hey, you two what are you two doing? Everybody, I'm going to check them in a second. We're going to need, at the end of the day, we're going to need every Aryan warrior. We're going to need every black gangbanger. We're going to need every terrorist or whatever variety. We're going to need damn near every pedophile. We're going to need every rapist. We're going to need every fucking murderer. We're going to need every stinking human being we can get in the end. Why do I use the most vile and disgusting examples of humanity? Only so it can definitely sink in. Thank you, Ken, that I'm serious about humanity. I'm serious about us getting through the true darkest hour to come. Right now, this is just us playing games amongst ourselves. We hate, we fight, sometimes we reconcile, sometimes we don't. But when things come against us that has zero humanity in it, brothers and sisters, you're going to start looking at anything with 46 chromosomes as your natural birth mother, father, sons, daughter, sister. You ain't going to care about behavior, because at the end of the day, when we're facing collective annihilation, then these words, what I'm saying now, is going to make sense. You're going to be like, holy shit, none of that really made sense. I should have gotten right. I should have been on righteousness. And I should have been preparing myself both spiritually and physically for the up and coming challenges. And also, listen, guys, just like any other organization or army or whatever, not everyone's going to be on the front line. You do realize most wars are won through the logistic channels. Most wars are determined by how many rations or bullets or bandages or whatever it is you can get into the soldier's arms. Yes, you have to put on the full armor of God. Satan is working with the full armor of deceit and lies. That's all you got. Bullets are not going to save you on what we're talking about here today. All the intellectual knowledge in the world is not going to save you. All the advanced physics is not going to save you. It's not. It's just that simple. I feel like I'm just beating my head against the wall, like I'm just, no, well, we can use these lasers. It's not going to work. Oh, we can use the brand new, microwave gun. It's not going to, we can use this laser beam that it's not going to work. All of that is pointless and useless. That's Boomerang ship still flying around for reasons. They infiltrated us and walking beside us now. The government allows this family. There's also another entity in space. It's called the Black Knight. It's a satellite. Some have suspected it's been in place for over 10,000 years. Others are honest and they just don't know where. I believe the Honorable Minister Farrakhan once spoke of it, and how the government was all excited and wonder. You know, they were able to finally observe the thing up close, and it's still intellectually, it's outside of their grasp collectively. There are things outside of Earth, and I'm going to be the first to say it, guys, and let you know without a fact there is life on other planets. We are not alone in the universe, nor are you alone on this planet. That being said, guys, we are a beautiful race. We are a beautiful people. I'm talking about humanity. Humans, period. No hyphens. No other description. Just human. Right on, Kenneth. I hope, Ken, seriously, I hope, and I'm not trying to whatever you, but in my sincerest of my hearts, I hope that you do share your information with us. Seriously, because the more info we get, the better informed we are. How do you feel about gang stalking? I don't exactly know what gang stalking is. You know, just, I mean, you're talking about like street gangs going outside doing drive-bys, or what exactly? Because I mean, we had that for years. They use some kind of light generation to bend the energy around them. Okay, check it out. There is a material that's on the market right now. It's like a plasticky material. Japanese actually invented it. I believe there is a European power that used it to wrap it. I think it's England. Used it back in the early 80s, late 70s. Used it to wrap tanks in it, and it basically shoots lights all the way around whatever you wrap it in, all right? I mean, you still can see the tracks, and you still can hear the motor, obviously. Invisibility is a reality. I mean, listen, guys, as far as technology is concerned, we are realistically, we're in the Stone Ages, guys. The people that I know a lot of you would call global elites, the Illuminati, they're on like Star Trek level right now. They're on Star Trek level, and we're on flintlock and mustards. That's what I'm saying, guys. If you hear fools talking about we're going to have an armed revolt, we're going to blah, 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 that's foolishness and it's crazy, and stay the hell away from it. You do not need to get caught up in that nonsense. What you need to do is get your mind right, get your perception right, and get your purpose known clear to yourself. And that's the truth that Christ is saying will set your ass free. That's the truth.